brother Grant Tanner, and I saw him in the reserves a number of occasions this year and been very impressed with him.
Very cool, isn't he?
Yes, and it was only a matter of time before he played league football, and I think he's a player of the...
Williams and Darren Smith.
Yep.
And yet in the second half, Pascoe came alive, and you see him there. He actually outbodied Delaney for most of his 6 goals, and we see that once again he's forcing Delaney under the flight of the football. Delaney...
He's a great player, and he runs at the same pace at the end of a game as he does at the start, and that's his value. He's extremely fit and fast, knows how to find the football.
Plenty of courage, Darren Smith. He kicked 3 goals today, and he doesn't let them down very often. He probably doesn't... Oh, people would accuse him of not doing enough all day, but I thought for his first game back at centre-half forward, considering that they got thrashed by 10 goals, he did what was required of him, and he's always attempting to burst his way through a pack. He's got plenty of courage, as I said, and he's a player that...
Considering his options... Well, that's a mammoth kick by Delaney. Have a look at that. It's gone a mile. Weeding underneath it. Couldn't control the mark. In there is Maynard. Staritsky looking for pain. He missed that player. Abba has the football. It's a wobbly kick, though. It was smothered. Staritsky back in there. Now out wide towards Pike. He dispatches that neatly. Finds Keith Thomas. And Thomas has plenty of room. He should be able to set something up here as he positions the ball nicely, looking for Pascoe, but Ducker at the front. Couldn't hold it. Northeast, the handball out wide to Abernathy, and Port Adelaide out of trouble once more as Abba concedes ground back to Delaney. But he makes a little bit of space for himself. Well, they work it out well. Delaney now with a long kick. Getting back underneath it is Weeding, and he takes a strong mark. Back to young Pittman. The second time I've confused those players. Now Weeding is providing a lead, and Pittman will kick out in that direction. Weeding from behind, and he's taken the mark. It's a good mark, too. Out to Staritsky. Francis, a good shepherd. He took Phelps right out of it, and that was fair. Phelps didn't see it coming. Staritsky skirts the boundary line, lines up the goals. In fact, he centred that looking for Vandermeer, but the ball is pushed over the line, and a point results.
And we saw a block at its best then. Tony Francis, probably 5'7", 5'8". Great shepherd on Jeff Phelps, who is twice his size and about 6'3". A magnificent block by Tony Francis.
The tumble punt out of defence by Delaney has found Williams, and a 15-metre penalty as well. Williams doesn't use it. Plays on quickly. Tregenza and Setri are out there at half forward. Setri takes the mark. On the lead is Hines. In fact, it wasn't a lead. Even the umpires paid a free kick. Hines put one hand out, and I don't know whether the other hand was being held or not, but the umpire and David Elliott said it was. Well, that's a tough decision to be given almost directly in front of goal.
Yeah, I guess it's technically right, Brian, but it's always frustrating seeing free kicks of such a soft nature paid that close to goal.
I was surprised that David Hines didn't actually lead for the ball, so it may well have been there. He's put through his second goal, and Port Adelaide on to 4-7. Norwood 2-6 on 9's wide world of sports.
Norwood had the ball in their forward lines for the most of this quarter, but it had been unable to convert effectively, and Port Adelaide have taken the ball forward on one occasion and scored a goal, and that's the difference between the two sides. Port Adelaide's forward line is working more efficiently. Norwood are really struggling to get any fluid passages of play through their forward line.
At the 8-minute mark, 18 points opposed to 31. The Magpies in charge. Ball's one out of centres, 4-3 in favour of Port Adelaide. As Foster tried to take possession, the free kick's been put down. We go away to Matthew Kelly. The half-back flanker. It's good distance. Oh, he's kicked it right in the direction of Phelps, though, and he takes a strong mark. Oh, he's met solidly by Ducker. He stood his ground. He's pretty tough, this lad from the West Coast, and he's a more than handy player. Not sure which way to go. Drops in a short pass. How they can leave this man alone surprises me. It doesn't just surprise me, it amazes me. Abernathy with a long wobbly kick, and underneath it is Maynard. Plays on with a good handball out towards Steve Armand, who in turn's looking for Staritsky, and he placed that ball beautifully. Now this is where they're breaking down. There's a wall of Port Adelaide players back there. Ducker the target from behind Boyd. Good spoil. Weeding picks up the crumbs. Back towards Ducker. Now it's one-on-one up forward. Pascoe in front position. Couldn't take the mark. Uses the run of Visser. Visser close to the pocket there. Kicks it along the ground. It goes straight to Georgie Fiacci, who clears for the Magpies.
Ginevar has got space at centre-half forward, but eventually picks it up. The handball across to Brown. McIntosh came through, crashed into Ginevar again, took the ball with him, Heavy work out there. It comes toward Tregenza. Again, McIntosh is in there with heavy body work. Brown gets it across toward Johnson. Johnson's got to handball the ball away. Williams is there. Across to Tregenza, who recovered from his bump with Gary McIntosh. There he is himself. Macca getting the handball out. Pittman gets it away. Kelly's got it. A little slow in getting the ball away, and the umpire's called it holding the ball. Oh, some heavy work there. Vigorous. Gary McIntosh in the thick of things. Stephen Williams has got the free kick. He was the tackler. Put it towards centre half forward. From behind Darren Smith, but the umpire's seen some infringement against him, indicating that he must have tapped him on the cheek. So it's a free kick to Norwood and Wayne Tanner.
Tanner kicks to the outer side. Fiacci from behind. Phelps in there as well. Reading was the target. It's stolen by Francis, though. Well, the ball doesn't sit up for him. He placed himself under a little bit of pressure. Kick number 5. Out looking for Pascoe, but Delaney's first there. And the state fullback clears effectively out towards Johnston. He uses the run of Brown. The Magpie machine gets into action here as they drive it in long. Hines is the target. Couldn't take it. Armin in there in a dead heat situation. Oh, gee whiz. Crikey, that's holding the ball, and well, Neville thought's a lot closer. I can't believe it. Maynard's not happy. I thought they were both fighting for the ball on the ground. Now this will really rub salt into the wound if Smith can kick his 3rd goal. Arm can't believe the decision. Kick number 5 for Darren Smith. Lines them up. He's normally accurate. Have a look at that. That's through the middle. He's kicked 3, and he is having a definite effect on this game.
Yeah, it seemed totally unjust, that free kick, but the umpires are in the best position, far closer to the play, but it was hard to see from here what that decision was paid for. Rodney Maynard didn't appear to have a great chance to get rid of the ball, and Port Adelaide kicking a couple of quick goals from free kicks, and that was Darren Smith's 2nd goal.
Yeah, apologies for that. It's Hines was the player that already kicked 2.
Back in the centre, bounce down, Pittman and Johnson. Pittman again higher, got the tap away. Phelps tried to take it through, couldn't. And a pack of players again in there. And McIntosh on the bottom of it to give it back to the umpire for another bounce. 2 goals, 6, 18 points Norwood, trailing Port, who are 5-7, 37. Bounce down. Storitsky takes it, the hurried kick forward. Visser at half forward, picks it off nicely to Grant Tanner, back to Storitsky. Weeding provides the run through half forward toward the goal front, and they've wasted opportunities up forward. That's out of bounds on the full, and they've already scored 4 points for the quarter, so it's not good kicking for the Redlegs.
Fiacci. Deep in defence for Port Adelaide. Not sure which way to go. The left foot kick is up high. Setting himself is Johnston. From behind was Pittman, and perhaps he should have punched him. Johnston plays on with a handball to Obbs, to Abernathy. Aber chips out a short pass. Beautiful use of the ball. He finds Stephen Williams, who drives in long, one-on-one. Back there is Hines. Which way will the ball bounce? Goes over the line for a point. At the 13-minute mark, it's the Magpies. 5 goals, 8, leading Norwood 2-6.
Port Adelaide looking better in this 2nd quarter. Norwood struggling up forward, and their kicking for goal hasn't helped them in this quarter. The kick out. Storitsky couldn't take the mark from behind Abernathy. Vandermeer swallowed him. Comes away to Payne. Payne short to half forward. To Weeding was a good pass. Weeding is in fact on centre wing. The big centre half forward goes into half forward flank from behind. Boyd sprawls away Ducker, and the ball to the boundary line. Out of bounds, a 13.5-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, and a 20-point margin in favour of the Magpies.
Norwood just can't establish a clear winner up forward. Boyd doing a great job on Mark Ducker, and Delaney doing a great job on Pascoe. They're 2 key forwards, not able to get into the game.
Brown around his body, but the ball goes back towards Storitsky. I believe Ducker and Boyd both had their schooling at PAC. They're out there opposed to each other today. The ball out to Williams. A little bit of indecision between himself and Tregenza as the ball's put up forward, but back there is Delaney, and wherever Delaney is, normally George Fiacci's not too far away. He puts the ball out wide looking for Stephen Williams. It's a race for pace. Foster there as well, but the ball goes over the line, and we'll have a throw in on that outer side. It's a glorious day here at Football Park, a crowd of around 25,000 people. And I can assure you this game will warm up at some stage. 18 points placed 38. It's a 20-point advantage to the Magpies. And McIntosh dives and has been awarded the mark. So the Norwood strongman just grabs that knee a little bit. Could suggest it's still giving him a few problems. Payne with the football, called to play on. Left foot kick forward, goes in the direction of Fiachi. Johnston, great courage. Fiachi read it well off the pack. Over towards Abernathy. Harrison now with the football, puts it out wide. Oh, Hodges has a paddock out here. Now he's played on. It's a long handball out there looking for Ginevar. He made the ground necessary. Oh, he had Smith all by himself. If they can take the football, which they can't. Now an opportunity. Oh, gee whiz. And I think if Ginevar had that again, he would have taken a different option, and that was Smith in the square.
Yes, Darren Smith just with his hands by the side and just throwing them up and saying, well, yep, should have got it to me, but then again, split decisions, and you've only got a fraction of a second to make them. It's still on a pack, and a free kick this time to Norwood in defence of Tom Warhurst being grabbed on without the ball. Towards centre-half back, Staritsky in position, the mark. Justin Staritsky, all plays on quickly. The handball wasn't all that good. Wayne Tanner was there to pick it up. He breaks through centre wing toward half forward. In front is Greg Boyd, and that's the way the Port defence are playing. That's got to be a 15-metre penalty against Mark Ducker as well. That's a short 15. That's about 5. Anyhow, it doesn't matter as he's got the handball across to Russell Johnson. Johnson goes deep into the forward area. Darren Smith pushes out and then almost takes the mark. He's in over the top of the ball again. Gets it back to Ops. Ops lines the goals up. Snaps around his body. He's put it right through the centre for his first goal. Great work.
In the second game, the late game at Football Park, and Port Adelaide lead by 20 points. It was 11 points at quarter time, and they increased that margin in the second term. And Peter Newbarn's made a few moves.
Yeah, certainly has. Wayne Tanner playing in the centre, which is surprising. Lester Ross to the back pocket, and Gary McIntosh starting on the half-forward flank.
Well, Mac is in the action again, but the football's with Tregenza as he gets the hand passed over towards Andrew Ives. Great chase by McIntosh. Put good pressure on, but there's a great mark taken by Brown. That front position over Pike. 3-7 plays 6-9. Brown lays that one up looking for Hines. Oh, Hodges at the front of the pack. Did that well. There's a few words with Tanner. Now, Scott Hodges has kicked 1 goal. He kicked that in the first term. Kick number 4 coming up. He'll be kicking from about 45 metres out. Normally kicks a long ball. And that's a beautiful looking kick off the boot, and he has posted his second goal, and that's a great start for the Magpies.
It appears that Neil Barmer's made a change. Tom Warhurst on to David Hines and Armand on to Scotty Hodges. Certainly paid immediate dividends for Port Adelaide with Scotty Hodges chipping in front beautifully. Didn't appear to be in the play and just chipped in front of David Hines and Tommy Warhurst and took a magnificent mark and a great kick from the very difficult pocket at Footy Park.
So the Magpies lead extended to 26 points. Back in the centre, Johnson grabs it out, gives it to Ginevar, which is great work, toward half forward. In front, the mark taken by Lester Ross. Strong mark in front of Setri. Puts it out wide. Tanner on the lead on centre wing. Harrison getting there late. Oh, the handball back wasn't good to Payne, and likewise, that handball back wasn't good to Francis. He's good enough to get the ball on further toward Keith Thomas. Thomas at half forward. On the lead is Pascoe, and well put. Pascoe is deep in the forward pocket. Still a fair way from goal. Got out in front of Delaney, and he has to do that. It's gone short to Keith Thomas. Fourth kick by Pascoe. Thomas has gone short again, and on the lead is Ducker. So they're gradually working it within distance. A goal at this stage is very, very important. Mark Ducker hasn't been in the play a lot in the game at all. It's only his 3rd kick. Greg Boyd has really put the screws on him today. Lining up, 40 to 45 out. Norwood need this one. They really need it desperately. And he comes, puts the ball toward the goals. Goal umpire says that's good enough for me. And Norwood have got their 4th goal and Mark Ducker his 1st.
A great kick by Mark Ducker. Powerful kick over about 40 metres. And Norwood had to really work hard for that goal. Pascoe taking a good mark in the pocket, and 2 kicks to get 20 metres closer to goal, and Norwood are not confident enough to kick the ball high into the forward lines. Had no real strong marking players up there for them today.
The margin back to 20 points. Johnston, this time it's Pittman who wins the tap though, going through solidly. A number of tackled high and receives the free kick. Plays on quickly. It's a trademark of his game. He puts it out in front of Brown, who takes it cleanly. He arcs back onto the left boot, centres the ball looking for Williams once more. He can't complete the mark. Tanner an opportunity. Now Tregenza likewise tries to punch the ball out. Picked up by Maynard. The handball was to the feet of Thomas. He eventually gets it out to Tanner, whose handball is very good. That was Grant Tanner. Out to Staritsky, who puts one up high, weeding the target. Front position, can't take the mark. The crumbs are picked up by Vandermeer. The goal is unprotected. Another fumble. I can't believe the amount of errors from Norwood. As Francis bangs the ball in forward. Delaney front position. In there solidly was Weeding once more. Now Vandermeer with an opportunity. Oh, he's besieged upon. Great tackle by Abernathy, and that's holding the ball.
Well, Newbarm can't be happy with their forward work. Port Adelaide had 4 players there. Abernathy kicks with his 8th kick out wide towards centre wing. Had 4 players to use. Foster has taken the mark. Across to Greg Boyd with the handball to Russell Johnson, the captain on centre wing. Transfers play into the centre of the ground. Good mark by Wayne Tanner. That's centre position. He's been an effective player in the first half, playing in back pocket. Staritsky has been their best player, I would say. Norwood's goes forward with his 12th kick towards centre half forward, off the hands, and by a centre free kick. And it's gone to Pascoe.
Yeah, we saw David Hines get a similar free kick for Port Adelaide, so it's 50-50 now, Bucky.
I don't argue the point there, Super. Pascoe is about 45 metres out from goal, directly in front. If anything, the breeze in his favour. The left-footed, normally a powerful kick. And that one he's put out to the left-hand side, and it's one that Norwood really needed.
5.5 minutes into the third term. 4-7 plays 7-9. So whilst Norwood aren't producing any great football, they are certainly still in touch. Tanner can't control that. Now he has an opportunity. The ball spills out. It goes in turn to Pittman, who got it back to Thomas. It's a beautiful kick to find Ducker, but he couldn't take the mark. Oh, he's been given a free kick now. Well, it was a high tackle. That was the reason. Tim Ginevar was the offender. Abernathy doesn't quite agree with that decision. The trainer comes out to have a bit of a chat to him. I don't think there's any real need for him to be out there at the moment. Now let's see if Ducker can kick his second goal. A very good one only moments ago. Normally fairly accurate. The approach looks quite fluent. And he's posted his second, and Norwood edged that little bit closer.
There it is.
New Pulsar Q.
The new Nissan Pulsar Q makes all your decisions about a new car easy.
It's got viscous limited slip diff, which means superb handling. 1.8 litre engine.
Right.
Comfortable, isn't it? What colour were you thinking of? Blue.
In fact, the hardest decision will be...
2-year warranty. Now, who's driving?
I am.
the beautiful new Pulsar Q.
It's a Nissan, that's my car.
That's my car.
His best friend fell into the hands of his worst enemy.
You're going after Sanchez, aren't you?
Now he's out for revenge.
I make a sound, and you're dead.
And out on his own.
Your license to kill is revoked, effective immediately.
Timothy Dalton is James Bond 007 in License to Kill.
So you've tried to borrow enough to buy your own home and just can't, eh? You've been to see everyone there is, and no matter what you do, things just get darker. Well, now there's light at the end of the tunnel. The state government's Home Start loan. The loan that lets struggling South Australians like Craig and Leanne here buy their own home. If you just can't get assistance to buy a home, phone our hotline now for more information. Homestart Loans. Now there is light at the end of the tunnel. Brought to you by your state government.
Sunday's the day.
It's spring, and tomorrow Don Burke tells you what to plant, when, where and how. Don't miss the Don Burke Spring Gardening Planner, a special lift out free in tomorrow's Sunday Mail.
Sunday's the day.
Sunday, 6:30 on Our World, the story of George Adamson, brutally murdered 3 weeks ago. Adamson was best known as the man who inspired Born Free.
Above all, they bring back memories of Elsa and her cubs.
His stand against the poaching of Kenya's wildlife is believed to be the reason for his murder.
George is a practiced wet nurse, looking after them devotedly.
A very special documentary on George Adamson, Lord of the Lions, on Our World, Sunday, 6:30 on 9.
He's going to come grandstand side again, Warhurst. Puts it up, Armand is there, off the hands of Darren Smith. Staritsky beautifully roved. He's got space, Norwood are running. That's a good handball across the pike, across to Wayne Tanner. Tanner goes long to goal. This is better work by Norwood. Back there, Pascoe has taken it, used the body very well on Delaney. And that's what the Redlegs have to do. They've got to get it in quickly. They did on that occasion. A couple of long kicks from defence. Pascoe has kicked 2 goals too, and lining up with his 7th kick. 20 metres out, important kick. And he's gone a little bit to the left, but good enough for a goal. He's kicked his 3rd.
And the moves that Neil Barham has made are certainly paying dividends. Wayne Tanner getting some important touches in the middle. And Norwood seem to be moving the ball a lot quicker and a lot better now. And Andrew Pascoe looks a far better player when Norwood kicked the ball long to the 10-yard square rather than kicking to a lead. And Norwood is certainly beginning to look like a big threat.
Neville Thorpe with the football as the crowd starts to warm to this game. There's young Pittman, a man with a big future, but he's got a few problems out there in Johnston today, but Staritsky hasn't. He's played a gem of a game. The ball comes to ground. McIntosh, courage, strong work as he endeavoured to get that ball to Payne, who in turn tapped it out to Vandermeer. Now Staritsky once more. He's like salt and pepper. He's in everything as he lines up the goals. He kicked one. Well, Norwood has hit the front.
Yes, Norwood really gaining some momentum now, and third quarter always a danger quarter for the side that happens to have the lead at half-time. And we saw the similar thing happen last week with Port coming back at North, and same thing's happening this week, Kim.
Yeah, Peter, that was set up by tremendous courage and hard work by Gary McIntosh.
Yeah, it's a typical McIntosh effort, and really got the ball out of the pack.
The Redlegs in front by a point at the 13.5-minute mark of the third quarter. You would not have thought this at half-time. Port seemed to be in control. Pittman takes it out of the centre. The big ruckman running, puts it into full forward. Pascoe again. The big fellows grabbed it. Delaney could do nothing about it. Too strong. Everything is going right for the Redlegs at the moment, but they're making it go right. His 5th mark. 3 goals. Port Adelaide have made a few changes and important ones. John Cale on the stand just closing his eyes and saying it's not happening. But unfortunately, Jack, it is. He's shifted Hines to centre half back. Phelps has gone to full forward. Hoping the Magpies can get more drive. Important kick, Pascoe lining up. 3 goals to his credit. He's got 4 on the board. The Redlegs 7 points in front on Nine's Wide World of Sports.
Yeah, Roger Delaney really have to change his tactics on young Pascoe. He's standing in front of Pascoe, and Pascoe got inches in reach over the top of Roger Delaney, and I think Roger Delaney would be probably better advised letting Pascoe go in front and him taking a jump and spoiling from behind, because Pascoe is a real threat for Norwood at the moment.
The ball back in the centre, and the Redlegs are starting to take it out of the centre square as well, as Johnston tried to grab that one. Obst in there, he was dispossessed. Tanner at the bottom of the pack. He's enjoying his opportunity in the centre, but it's Staritsky once more. He gets the kick away. McIntosh, Thomas couldn't control it. Grant Tanner had an opportunity. Now working his way through his Hines. He's met solidly. Francis in there. Out to Weeding. Vandermeer. In turn to Sturitsky. Oh, he's playing a great game, Justin Sturitsky. But Obbs has the football. And they should clear, but they're under a lot of pressure at the moment as Abernathy puts it out wide looking for Stephen Williams. And Tanner's right on his tail. Oh, and the Norwood supporters here are starting to enjoy this game, and so they should. They lead by 7 points. And we've had 16 minutes of the third term. Pittman opposed to Johnston. Pittman nearly stole the football. Oh, he's been free kick. According to umpire Michael Abbott, the tackle was high. So the break's starting to go the way of the Redlegs. It's a wobbly kick forward. McIntosh at the front claims the mark. Oh, well intercepted Tregenza. Brilliant play. Soggers it off the ground. In there is Kelly. Oh, that's a great effort. The mark's been paid.
He's really lifted his game, Matthew Kelly. That handball wasn't all that good. Across to Pike. The runner in Payne. Payne's got a couple of players to use. Wide is Francis, supported there by Ross. Gets around beautifully. Puts the ball up again. Pass goes the danger. And he's grabbed it. Well, Delaney is saying the body might have been used illegally, but it wasn't.
Well, Peter or Brian, would you consider a move?
Well, he'd have to, unless Delaney changes his tactics, Johnny Carl will have to make a move. Delaney caught under the ball again in front, and he's really just not big enough to take that position. Pascoe continually pushing him under the ball. He'd be far better advised to come from behind.
Andrew Pascoe lining up for his fifth. Left footer is through. He's got it. Norwood 9-11, Port 7-10.
It's an amazing thing, really, with Andrew Pascoe. I've seen him play a number of times this year and has had quiet first halves. And third quarter, he's come to light. And he's done exactly the same thing today. And Nord, I guess, is starting to get the ball out of the middle, starting to get the ball up, one out, and makes the job far easier for forwards. Ducker being able to chip in for a couple of goals as well. It's just so much easier if the ball can get up there quickly before Port Adelaide run-on players can fill up the gaps in Port's backline.
The Port Adelaide runner is out there and he's trying to gee up the players. Whether they're about to make a move, Port Adelaide, I'm not sure. Ginevar crashed his way through. He gets it out towards Obbs. He puts it up high. Now Phelps is back there. He's the full forward at the moment, but Warhurst with a strong mark. He's a hard player to stand, Tom Warhurst. He gives 110%. Arman out there towards Payne. Payne in turn with a long handball to Matthew Kelly. Sturitsky helps him out, though. Another kick for Sturitsky. Puts it out wide. Taken off hands by Johnston. Has Abernathy. Oh, intercepted by Keith Thomas. Brilliant anticipation. He gets the kick forward. Duckers in with a chance. And he didn't take the mark. Play on the call. This time Delaney wins out. It's a long clearing kick down the centre of the ground. Obbs underneath it and takes a great mark. Plays on quickly. The handball out there. It's looking for Harrison. He's a chance if the ball sits. Short pass. Darren Smith.
Yeah, it's better movement by Port going forward. They're making an interchange. Richard Foster coming off the ground. And Russell Boyd going on for Port Adelaide. Foster had a good first quarter, but he hasn't done a lot since then. And Port are looking for more potency up forward. Russell Boyd kicked 3 last week, was it? In the third term last week against Glenelg. So they're looking for a repeat of that effort, but the action is with Darren Smith. 40 metres out, has kicked 2, puts it up to the goal square. He's kicked 3. Magpies are still in Port 8-10, Norwood
9-11. What you gonna do when the clock says you're free?
Let's do it.
I've gotta have my mates drop in on me. Gotta have my mates drop in, wasted. Gotta have my mates drop in. Gotta have my mates drop in for a West End draft. Gotta have my mates drop in for a West End draft.
West End draft, when your mates drop in.
Mark, sure. I'll be back now. Nick, yes. Give me 20 minutes.
Finesse conditioner is controlled by time. A few seconds for light conditioning, a few minutes for deep. Finesse conditioner.
Sorry, Simon. I'm washing my hair tonight.
Sometimes you need a little.
White wine, David.
Sometimes you need a lot.
The one regret you'll have with Schick Extra 2's special slim head and unique push clean is saying goodbye. Schick Extra 2, too good to be disposable.
Give them your best. Tassie taters. Give them your best.
Bathurst broccoli.
And when you serve it up with the world's best fish, go on now, give them your best. From Bird's Eye, give them your best. Sweet corn from the west.
And give them brizzy carrots that they love the best.
Freshly picked veggies with juicy white fish, go on now, give them your best. From Bird's Eye, give them your best fish and chips and veggies.
Give them your bang them in the oven,
boil or fry. Give them your best. Give them your best fish and chips and veggies. Give them your best. From Bird's Eye.
Go on.
Monday night, 7 o'clock.
What about a quick appendectomy,
The fun and bargains fly high.
It's terrific.
For a hard-working champ,
There's $9,000 in the cash box, players.
there's big rewards in store.
Yeah.
All on the world's richest quiz.
You can afford it. Save up.
Sale of the Century, Monday, 7 o'clock, here on 9.
Start of the final quarter, the crowd really abuzz here at Football Park. The margin 28 points in favour of the Redlegs. Pittman in ruck, gets it out. The quick kick away by Stephen Williams toward the half-forward area for Port Adelaide. Russell Boyd came through and left the ball behind. Payne didn't. Got a short kick away. Out towards centre wing. Grant Tanner is there. No mark. Off hands to Ginevar. Has to lift for Port Adelaide. Across to Russell Boyd. To Tregenza. Short to Brown. And Port Adelaide into attack in the first movement of this final quarter. Brown on the lead was Hines. Over the back it came. Picked up by Hines. Now the handball out is good. Tregenza the goal. Must kick it for Port Adelaide. He does. Puts it through the Magpies' first blood.
Just the sort of start that Port Adelaide needed. And you know, a bit of loose checking in the Norwood back lines. James Pike far too far away from David Brown then, and paying dearly Norwood. And very quick goal for Port. And it's going to be a fight in this quarter, and I'm sure they're going to come back.
22-point advantage to Norwood. 86 plays 64. The ball back in the centre. And Johnston and Pittman have rucked all day. And they're about to clash once more. This time it's Pittman who won the tap, but it's picked up by Stephen Williams as he puts his side forward. Beautifully taken and trapped by Darren Smith, and he gets the kick away as well. So another opportunity for the Magpies, but the first player there is Warhurst. His handball went as far as Lester Ross. It was perhaps tackled a little bit high, and in fact that's the way Neville Thorpe saw it as well. And the free kick will go the way of Ross. We've had 95 seconds of this last quarter, and the mark's been taken by Pittman. Pittman looking to play on. Will have to kick. Puts it up high. Ducker was the target. He's been pushed out of it. There was 3 Port Adelaide players there. Storitsky was well tackled. He was about to take off. Ginevar, quick hands to Phelps. Intercepted the eye and a high tackle. And the free kick will go the way of, pick up that player, Weeding. Out towards Thomas. Kicks straight into the arms of Obbs. Now it's back towards McIntosh. He kicks across his body, but Abernathy's back there, takes the mark, plays on, puts it out looking for Brown. It's beautifully positioned, that ball. Brown now plays on the Fiachi, so now it's the Magpies' turn to run as the ball is placed up high. Hodges there, Maynard as well, going through his Boyd. Tremendous play, Russell Boyd. Now back to Darren Smith. Drops out a short pass, went straight towards Neville Thorpe. Stephen Williams with an opportunity, trapped that ball cleverly. The handball to Hines is brilliant, straightens his body, he goes towards goal. Oh, he's hit the post. Well, 65 points, plays 86.
And Porter running at the moment. Warhurst from full back. Pike left alone. He's got 30 metres. Setri gets to him, but not before he kicks towards centre wing. Over the top is Grant Tanner, working hard. Gets it out eventually. Setri in there, trying to get it further forward for the Magpies. Over the top of the ball, Storitsky did it well, but not before umpire Neville Thorpe said, "I'll bounce it." Between centre wing and half forward for the Magpies. Norwood leading by 21 points. Johnson takes it out. Gets it to Ginevar. Ginevar's short kick up to the full forward area. Hines leading. Goes around his body toward the goals, but there's never a chance at goal. Just under pressure too much, David Hines. And out of bounds on the full, Norwood to relieve.
A short pass in, looking for Keith Thomas. Had 4 minutes of the final quarter. Thomas surveys the options, decides distance was the best one to take, and it's proved to be right as a good marksman taken by Pittman. Pittman in turn puts one out wide, looking for Pike. Johnston back there. Pike trying to push the ball forward. Johnston in there northeast gets a handball towards the boundary line. He was searching for Brown. He couldn't quite find that player. A little bit quiet northeast today. But he's only had 2 kicks for the game and 4 handballs. He's had a great season. McIntosh in there, met by Phelps, tackled by Johnston. And according to umpire David Elliott, that ball was held to him. This effort by Norwood is even more meritorious when you consider that Michael Aish isn't out there. And he does provide so many opportunities and attacks for Norwood. And of course, Wayne Marnie and Greg Phillips aren't out there for Port Adelaide. And Stephen Williams dispossessed by Francis. Ginevar in there. And it'll be Elliott once more. Ginevar's not happy. And perhaps that play should have been allowed to go on.
David Elliott, the bounce down. Johnson. Keith Thomas pushed in the back. Free kick. Tim Ginevar not happy about it. Thomas is on centre wing, defensive side. Puts the ball towards centre half forward. Lester Ross has come down ground. Has got to go for it. Off hands it comes. Picked up by Ducker, but the umpire sent a free kick. And going to Port Adelaide. And Adrian Setri has got the free. Decides to go with the handball wide to Harrison. Harrison's a longer kick, so he got more distance. Down toward half forward, in front Russell Boyd, and the umpires paid that mark on the second grab. Boyd onto the ground in the 3rd quarter. Kicks towards centre half forward. Up they go. Off the hands it comes. Payne reads it well. Gets it back to Warhurst. The run provided by Maynard. Maynard around the body, and good work to Tanner. A controlled kick. Wayne Tanner is on half-back flank. Toward half forward. Fiacci is in front. Lets Ducker go forward. Boyd couldn't get there from behind. That's a mark. Definitely a mark. He was in front. I'm waiting for some disagreement, but Super won't say it on air. The kick to half forward. Get a comment in a minute. Roger Delaney, too strong.
Yes, he had a torrid 3rd term, Roger Delaney, when Pascoe kicked 3 goals on him. Kick number 9. It's good distance. That's par for the course with Delaney. There's a big mark taken by Maynard. Plays on quickly. The handball over the top finds Keith Thomas, who pushes out one looking for Pascoe. He has the sit. Oh, that's a good mark by Johnston. But, gee, the handball wasn't good. He's put Northeast under enormous pressure as he tries to paddle the ball forward. Picked up brilliantly by Williams. Now the handball out towards Fiacci. They've created a little bit of space. George spears out a pass and he found Tregenza. Mark's been paid on the outer side. This game's still evenly balanced. 86 points to 65, but it's Port Adelaide doing most of the attacking in this final term. We've had 7 minutes. As Tregenza on the outer side brings the ball back to the centre half forward area. Up high were a number of players. Maynard came out with the football. Hodges tried to paddle it between his legs. Lester Ross is there, so too is Brown, and we'll have a throw in on that outer side. So a crowd of around 25,000 people enjoying this game as Boyd goes for a spell and Peter Carrera comes back onto the ground, and Carrera is a player that has plenty of pace.
Yes, he does, and he's got a big job on Mark Ducker in defence as he runs out to that position now. The ball is still on half-forward flank for Port Adelaide. No breeze really to speak of here at Football Park as the day has worn on. The breeze has declined gradually. Hodges is in ruck, gets the tap over straight to Rodney Maynard. Maynard's high kick, Abernathy underneath the ball, has to hold his ground. Payne comes in, and the umpire doesn't pay the mark, or does he? I think he has. It's either that or the free kick. Payne races away. Towards centre wing he goes. Puts it out in front of Keith Thomas. With him from behind is Andrew Obst, and holding on the free kick to Keith Thomas. Just the forward side of centre wing. Norwood really need to get a goal to just about nail the game. Port running a lot more in this 4th quarter than they did in the 3rd. The kick into the man on the mark. Obst is back there. The tackle applied. The umpire says The ball held to him, old bouncer.
Yes, terrible work by Keith Thomas. He's made a number of errors today. I don't think he'd be happy with his game, but great work by Andrew Robson. He's worked hard all game.
Yes, the old Cardinal centre football, kicking into the man on the mark. Not good. Johnston back there. He's worked hard right throughout the course of the day. Vandermeer stole that one, gave it to Tanner. He crashed his way through. The ball is put up high. Here they go again, Delaney and Pascoe. Front position was Pascoe. The ball knocked down the duck, and the handball is good to Grant Tanner. He's already kicked one, make that two, and Norwood go further ahead.
Well, after a slow start, the Redlegs ended up kicking 15 goals, 12 in the second half to run out victors, 127 points to 67. So it was a pretty good result in the end.
Did it so well.
He's experienced, you know that. He knows what's going on, and his handball's priceless the way he gets it out of those packs 30, 40 yards and to the running players. And he is priceless to us at the moment. He's a tremendous player and a great talker, and he holds that back line together there and just keeps them settled. And I thought they really kept their heads when we were losing it up the ground early.
Both he and Darren Smith were rested in that last little bit. Oh, yeah, I think Jack's sort of thinking of next week and trying to get those blokes through as fit as possible, because Smithy's missed a lot of football, but he looked a lot better today, I thought, for the run, and definitely we'll be looking forward to having a crack next week. It'll be a tremendous game. Port North, second semi-final. Good luck. Yeah, thanks very much, Bucky.
Two great rovers there, Bucky Cunningham.